Some crimes are so horrifying, so deeply disturbing, that they leave a permanent scar on humanity. This is one such story. A story of a bright young girl whose life was stolen in the most brutal way imaginable. A crime so shocking that even hardened investigators were left in disbelief. This is the case of Junko Furuta, a girl who endured 44 days of pure hell. A victim, not just of her tormentors, but of a broken justice system. Welcome back to another case study with me. Hello guys, welcome to Death Path. In today's video, Junko Furuta was just 17 years old. A bright, cheerful girl from Misato, Japan. She had everything going for her. Good grades, a part-time job, and dreams of a bright future. She was popular, but not in the way one might think. She wasn't the kind of girl who sought attention. In fact, she was known for being reserved, disciplined, and responsible. Unlike many teenagers, she avoided drinking, smoking, and getting involved with the wrong crowd. Her focus was on school, her job, and saving up for her graduation trip. But sometimes, being too good makes you a target for the worst kinds of people. And Junko had caught the attention of Hiroshi Miyano, a dangerous young man who would change her life forever. Hiroshi Miyano wasn't an ordinary teenager. He was 18 years old, but unlike Junko, he wasn't thinking about school or a future. He was already deep in Japan's criminal underworld. He had connections to the Yakuza, Japan's most feared crime syndicate, and he knew that his status made people afraid of him. Miyano was part of a gang of school dropouts who spent their time bullying, robbing, and assaulting others. They were feared by both students and teachers. The gang included Shinji Minato, 16, Joe Ogura, 17, Yasushi Watanabe, 17. They were reckless, violent, and had no regard for human life. And Hiroshi had his eyes on Junko. One day, he gathered the courage to ask her out, and Junko politely turned him down. It was a small, innocent rejection. But for a man like Hiroshi, it was unforgivable. What happened next? It was about power, cruelty, and the terrifying reality of what happens when evil is left unchecked. November 25th, 1988. It was a cold evening in Tokyo. Junko had just finished her shift at work. Like any other day, she hopped on her bicycle and started riding home. She had no idea that two pairs of eyes were watching her. Hiroshi Miyano and Shinji Minato were looking for trouble. And when they saw Junko riding alone, Hiroshi saw his opportunity. "Go knock her down," Hiroshi told Shinji. Without hesitation, Shinji ran forward and kicked Junko's bicycle, sending her crashing to the ground. Junko was shocked, hurt, and confused, and before she could react, a kind-looking stranger appeared beside her. It was Hiroshi Miyano. "Are you okay? Let me help you," he said, offering his hand. Junko recognized him from school. She hesitated for a moment, but he seemed sincere. She didn't know that she was walking straight into a nightmare. Hiroshi didn't take her home. He led her to a dark, abandoned building. And that's when he changed. With cold, terrifying eyes, he looked at Junko and whispered, "If you scream, I will kill your family." At that moment, Junko knew this was not a simple robbery. This was something much worse. For the next 44 days, Junko disappeared from the world. She was kept in a house that belonged to Shinji Minato's parents. But this wasn't a home. It was a prison. Her captors stripped her of everything: her dignity, her freedom, her hope. She was beaten daily, starved, and used as a toy for their sadistic pleasures. But the worst part? Her tormentors weren't just the 4 gang members. They invited over 100 other people, strangers, to do whatever they wanted to her. The abuse was unimaginable. At one point, they smashed her legs with dumbbells so she couldn't escape. She tried calling the police once, but she was caught. As punishment, they set her legs on fire. By the 40th day, she couldn't even move. She had open wounds, broken bones, and was barely conscious. She begged them to end her suffering, but they weren't done. January 4th, 1989. That night, Hiroshi lost money gambling. He was furious, and he decided to take out his anger on Junko. For hours, they beat her lifeless body, laughing as she struggled to breathe. At midnight, Junko Furuta took her last breath. She was only 17 years old. Her murderers stuffed her body into a 55-gallon drum, filled it with concrete, and dumped it at an industrial site. They thought they had gotten away with it. But karma had other plans. The police discovered Junko's body when one of the gang members accidentally confessed to another crime. But when it came to justice, the system failed her again. Since they were juveniles, they received shockingly light sentences. Hiroshi Miyano, 20 years. Shinji Minato, 9 years. Joe Ogura, 10 years. Yasushi Watanabe, 7 years. Most of them were released early. Junko Furuta deserved a long, happy life. Instead, she became the face of injustice. Her story is a reminder: evil exists, but so does the power to fight against it. Let's never forget her name. So, this was today's true crime case. Do you think justice was really served in this case? Or is the story still unfinished? Don't forget to share your opinion in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next crime story. Till then, stay safe and stay curious. Thanks for watching.